Welcome to the Modern Stoic Message, the channel where the teachings of ancient wisdom meet modern life. If you're looking for real, timeless tools to build inner strength and clarity in a chaotic world, you're in the right place. In today's episode, we're going to dive into one of the most powerful and inspiring stories of resilience in all of philosophy. The life of Epictetus, the slave who became one of the greatest Stoic thinkers of all time. His journey is more than a tale of survival. It's a lesson in freedom, not the kind that comes from politics or economics, but the kind that begins in the mind. But who was Epictetus? Anyway, Epictetus was born around 50 AD in Hierapolis, in what is now modern-day Turkey. But from the very start, life was anything but easy. He was born a slave. He had no rights, no freedom, no control over his own future. Taken to Rome, he became the property of Epictetus, a wealthy and powerful man who served under Emperor Nero. There are accounts suggesting that Epictetus was abusive, even cruel. Some even say that he broke Epictetus's leg, leaving him with a permanent limp. But here's where the story changes. While still a slave, Epictetus began studying philosophy. He was granted permission to attend lectures, and it was there that he discovered Stoicism, a philosophy that would transform his life. Freedom begins in the mind. One of the core principles Epictetus learned was this: you may not control what happens to you, but you always control how you respond. This wasn't just theory for Epictetus, it was reality. He lived it. He was enslaved, but his spirit was not. His circumstances were harsh, but his mind remained sovereign. And that's where Stoic freedom begins, not in physical liberation, but in the discipline of thought. To Epictetus, true freedom was the ability to choose your reaction, to remain calm in adversity, to stay aligned with reason, even when the world around you collapses. From slave to philosopher. After Nero's death, Epictetus was executed, and Epictetus gained his freedom. Instead of pursuing wealth or power, he chose a different path: to teach philosophy. He opened a school in Nicopolis, Greece, where he attracted students from across the Roman Empire, including a young man named Arrian, who would later compile and preserve Epictetus's teachings in a book known today as the Discourses in the Enchiridion or Handbook. What makes Epictetus so unique is that, unlike other Stoics like Marcus Aurelius or Seneca, he didn't write his ideas down. What we know comes from those who listened and learned. The essential teachings. Epictetus's philosophy is incredibly practical. Let us break down 3 of his most powerful teachings that you can apply to your life right now. 1. The dichotomy of control. This is the foundation of Stoic thinking. Some things are up to us, and some are not. What is up to us? Our opinions, our choices, our actions, our reactions. What is not? The weather, the past, other people's behavior, politics, illness, death. The Stoic response: focus only on what you can control. Let go of the rest. It's simple, but it changes everything. 2. Don't seek approval. Seek integrity. Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. This is a challenge to modern society, where likes, followers, and validation often define our worth. To Epictetus, wisdom means being true to reason, not to reputation. Live your values. Stand in your principles, even if others don't understand you. 3. Suffering comes from interpretation. You've heard it before. It's not what happens to you, but how you interpret it. Epictetus believed that events are neutral. It's our judgment that causes pain. Imagine someone insults you. The insult is just a sound, meaningless until you interpret it as personal. That interpretation creates emotional suffering. Training your mind to separate fact from judgment is one of the highest Stoic skills. Real freedom today. Why does Epictetus matter today? Because many of us are enslaved, not by chains, but by opinions, fears, and external validation. We lose sleep over things we can't control. We allow circumstances to steal our peace. Epictetus reminds us, freedom is always possible, but it doesn't come from changing the world. It comes from mastering ourselves. A Stoic exercise. Here's a powerful practice inspired by Epictetus. Tonight, write down 3 things that frustrated or upset you today. Then ask, was this something within my control? Did I react with wisdom or impulse? What could I have done differently? Doing this daily rewires your thinking and slowly builds the inner freedom that Epictetus spoke of. Legacy. Epictetus never ruled an empire. He never had great wealth or titles. yet his words survived 2,000 years. His teachings influenced emperors, presidents, writers, and warriors. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor philosopher himself, carried Epictetus's ideas in his heart, and millions today continue to learn from a man who had every reason to be bitter, but chose to be wise instead. So, ask yourself, are you truly free? Not physically, but mentally, emotionally, philosophically. Can you remain calm in chaos? Can you live by principle in the face of pressure? Can you let go of what you cannot control and master what you can? That's the challenge Epictetus offers you, not to escape your circumstances, but to rise above them. If this message inspired you, leave a like, subscribe to Modern Stoic Message, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Here, we don't just quote philosophy, we apply it. And remember what Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." See you in the next Modern Stoic Message. Until then, guard your mind. That's where your true freedom lives.